Hello everyone, welcome to another Naviate Feature of the Week video. Today is actually part 2 of a video we did previously. So before you go any further, I would recommend going back and checking out our first Naviate Accelerate filter elements video. In that video, we took a look at the filter elements, and I mentioned that it was a 2-part feature. And in that video, we looked at the actual filter element setup. We went ahead and set up and saved a bunch of filter selections. And today's video is the follow-up to that and how we can use those saved filter selections. So make sure and check that video out before you dive into this one. And on that note, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to take a look at, again, Naviate Accelerate's filter elements. And this particular video, again, we're looking at part 2 of this feature, the quick filter elements. So I'm going to go ahead and come up here into Naviate Accelerate. In the Find Select panel, I have filter elements, and you'll notice the drop down there. We did the filter elements previously, so we went ahead and saved a bunch of filter selections that we're going to use now by utilizing the quick filter elements. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. Give Revit a second to load that feature. And this is the dialog box we are going to see when we select that feature. This is the Select by Filter. So you'll notice in this dialog box that there's a couple of tabs here. We have access to all the Naviate filters that we set up in the previous video. We'll also have access to Revit rule-based filters that we may have saved in our project that we could use for selection purposes. And this feature also allows us to access any Revit out-of-the-box saved selection sets that you may have used prior to accessing this feature. And those are right here in the Revit Save Selections tab. So we're going to come back and I'm going to look at the Naviate filters. Again, I went ahead in the previous video and set up a few different filter selections. The tower bedrooms, tower kitchen, tower living rooms. These were all filters that were set up in the previous video that are going to allow us to select specific rooms within the project. So let's go ahead and see how that works. So I'm going to go ahead and you'll notice as I highlight over any of these filter items, to the right-hand side, I have the ability to quickly either select those items, hide those items. Obviously, these being rooms, you're probably not going to see it too well, or isolate those items. So we have that kind of ability available to us just to the right-hand side of our selection. We also have the ability to, if I come out here. So one of the things I really like about this feature is that it always lives on top of Revit. So I can be working off here in my view and still have this either on top of my Revit screen, or if I am working with multiple monitors, I can drag it off to another monitor and still have it available to me as I'm working. That way, if I need to select a bunch of stuff that I have filters set up for, I can still get to it without having to come up to my ribbon and relaunch the feature. Nice little perk of this particular dialog box. Again, so all I have to do is come in here, select which filter I want to access, and either coming over to the right-hand side, selecting one of the buttons here if I want to select hide or isolate, or I can go ahead and check them. You'll notice the check boxes here, and I can actually do multiples at one time. So if I wanted to select all of the rooms, the tower room filters that I have set up, I could do that, and then just click the select button down here. Give Naviate a second to locate all those items. And there we go. You'll notice that it's selected all of those rooms. And if I look here, my properties palette, it's selected 128 rooms throughout my project. So those are how many of those rooms I have built within this project. Again, I have the ability to, so once I click out into my drawing screen here, you'll notice that it unselects them. That's fine. If I come over, I have, again, access to any rule-based filters I may have in this project. And within that tab, I have the ability to select items only within the current view or within the entire project. So I can toggle that on and off. And again, if you're used to using Revit's out-of-the-box save selections, we have access to those as well by coming over to this final tab, Revit Save Selection Filter, and I could select those as well. And I can either select hide or isolate, just like with the other filter. So that is Naviate Accelerate's Select by Filter and Quick Filter Elements feature. Again, a 2-part video, so if you didn't catch the first part, I highly recommend going back and watching that. You'll have a better understanding of exactly what went on to get to those Naviate filters, and then how we go ahead and use those filters that we set up previously within the Quick Filter Elements feature. That is all I have for you guys today. Have a good day, and hopefully we'll see you back here again.